Let's cut right to the quick. There are a lot of questions and a lot of letters to the editor and so forth that have been raised, some with some legitimate questions, many with some inaccuracies. I would like to hope they're just simply inaccuracies because it is a complicated issue, but nonetheless, they do exist. Dr. Whitwer, why now?
Well, it's really important because why now is that we have the ability to get about $18.8 million from the state to help us in this project. It has to be passed by November of 2009. If people remember back in August 22nd, 2007, during the flood, we had High School Facilities Commission come in and help us determine what we could do. At that point, we went through an entire process. We got into the Exceptional Needs Program, and you have 1 year from the time that you get in that program to have your voters vote in the millage to do so. They did give us an extension from May of 1 year ago to November of 2008, and we have 1 year from November of 2008 to 2009 to pass a levy to get the state money to help us. It's not the perfect time when it comes to economy, but it is the perfect time for Findlay City Schools. The need of our children is not going to go away. The condition of our middle schools is not going to go away. The economic stimulus for our community is not going to go away. And if we can get this passed and go ahead and get moving on these projects to bring an economic development package to this community to stimulate our economy, put people back to work, and in turn give us better, safe, secure environments for our children is the right thing to do.
We could reapply for those resources, but let's face it, if you're aware of the regional, the state, the national, the world economy, it's so unlikely that we would be offered those monies again. We could reapply, but we'd be in line with a lot of other folks.
At Donnell and Glenwood, we have classrooms of 550 square foot, 650 square foot. We have handicap accessibility issues in both of those buildings. We have security issues in both of those buildings. You can't even walk into the building and find the principal's office. In new buildings is that students go through secure environments, have larger classrooms for all the technology and learning of today. And I think that is the biggest challenge we have in those middle schools. Well, the maintenance costs, if we keep trying to maintain old buildings, are a constant challenge to us. You know, putting an elevator in a building that has to have it, or a new roof or windows in those buildings is a constant challenge. With new buildings, when you build new buildings, the environments have changed. The standing seam metal roof, the terrazzo floors, the air conditioning completely changes that scenario, so that our PI dollars for maintenance can actually go farther in the other 11 buildings or so that need it. You know, our buildings, all of them, are old buildings. Our newest buildings are 1969 that constantly need updating. Window replacements, roof replacements, and all those kind of things. The 2.5 mil PI levy that we have already that's continuing can't continually do all these buildings, and consolidation of buildings into at least 3 new ones will help that maintenance for a long, long period of time. But very simply, it will cost most people in this community about $135 a year, and then if you have a more expensive home, it'll go up from there.
But something I think also needs to be clarified is that people sometimes confuse the issue that the value of their home will go up significantly if the issue passes. And I would just allude to the fact that we're all trying to remain stable during this very difficult economic time. And what we're striving to do now is maintain those house values, those property values. Right. And I think, you know, we want to be very clear and very factual that this doesn't mean that a $100,000 home that's appraised now, if the issue goes through, is going to suddenly be worth a lot more. Although there's certainly a greater prospect that that would happen because of the potential attraction of new jobs and new businesses to the community.